Okay. Now you are, hold on, I gotta take this. There we go. Okay. Now you are ready to start working on the middle ground of your painting. Okay, so that's the stuff that's actually in the middle of your canvas, but also the in between from stuff close to it from far away. Okay, so you can see that in my middle ground here I'll show you my picture. So the picture I'm using, my middle ground has some trees, some grass, a little bit of flowers. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be sticking in my middle ground. So what I did first, though, is I laid a real kind of transparent base color in, just to kind of put in a ground, okay? And then what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with some texture and some details, okay? So I'm going to mix up a little green. Now here's what I'm working with today, because I've got all sorts of textures going on in my middle ground. I'm going to use kind of this big foofy dry brush. I'm going to keep it dry. I've got a couple smaller brushes. And then I have a palette knife, okay? And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in and define some of the trees here a little bit better. So, but still it's the middle ground, so it's in between what's close and what's far. So there's a little more definition, but not a ton. Oops, that's too much. So I'm going in here, I'm just like randomly adding a few lines with my palette knife. Okay. I'm actually going to go in with my skinny brush. Just, I'm just kind of adding a few here and there, not a ton. I know it's a little hard to see on this camera because the camera doesn't pick up very well. So I'm just like, boop, 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 boop. Okay. So now I'm going to mix up a little green, and I'm going to go into the middle parts with a little more definition, okay? And I want to make the green a teeny bit brighter than the green I was using for the mountains. So I'm kind of going in here and adding a little more definition, but not overdoing it. So I'm just getting a little more definition in there in my trees. Notice I'm still going up and down, up and down. Now this is going to take a long time to complete. I'm not going to make an entire video of it because I need to get all of this in here. So, some parts don't require a tree. Some parts in mine kind of are just like grass. So I'm just going to like spread those in there like grass. Some parts are trees. So I'm going to go in and add them like trees. So I'm going to go back and forth till I fill that middle ground in. Okay. I'm going to finish that up off camera. And then in the next video, you can see how after the middle ground's done, then we're going to start headed into the foreground. Okay. All right.